All right, how's everybody out there doing tonight? Well, I'm just holding my phone. I'm trying not to make it move so much. I ain't got my stick or the mount for it. Just wanted to make a little video, talk about some things, a little bit of politics, and things I've seen on TV, and I'll give you an update on what's going on with my house. Um, yeah, have y'all heard about Paul Pelosi being attacked? Hmm. What I've heard about that is this guy was in his underwear. He broke into the glass door or the glass window of their house in San Francisco, which belongs to Paul Pelosi and Nancy Pelosi. And this guy supposedly was in his underwear, and he was shouting, "Where's Nancy at? Where's Nancy at?" Okay, and somehow there was a hammer involved. Okay, the law was called by Paul, from what they say, and the cops ended up showing up. When they did show up, they said that Paul and the person that broke in the house were holding the hammer, like maybe they were both holding that one hammer, like they were both holding it, maybe struggling for it. Said that the law, when they told them both to drop the hammer, that the guy that supposedly broke in the house took the hammer and hit and struck Paul Pelosi in the head. Okay. The call that came in from Paul Pelosi was like two something in the morning. Okay. And they arrested the guy that came in the house that supposedly attacked Paul Pelosi. To me, things don't add up with that story. Okay. For one thing, why is a guy going to break into a house in his underwear? Also, too, he either broke in the house unarmed or he broke in the house with a hammer. But that's a dumb thing, to break in somebody's house unarmed or with a hammer, because you never know what somebody's got behind that door. Okay, so that's kind of one reason right there. Okay, another thing is somebody like Paul Pelosi and Nancy Pelosi having all their dealings in politics. A lot of people don't like Nancy Pelosi, which I don't. Okay, the kind of money that she has, she doesn't have an alarm system in that damn house. Soon as that guy if he broke that window or that door or whatever it was, a glass door or whatever, alarm should have went off. Okay, that just doesn't make no sense. Okay, and then they made sure on the news, all the fake news has been talking about it. They made sure they added in that he was hollering, "Where's Nancy? Where's Nancy?" Well, you know, another time that was used, that a person said that, was January 6th. You want to tell you what? Y'all guys, you want me to tell you what I think? This is what I think, and I'm not sure, but the whole story doesn't add up. It just does not add up. You know, what I think is that maybe Paul Pelosi might be maybe he's got sugar in his gas tank, and maybe he had his boyfriend over there. They got into a domestic dispute. Maybe they were hammering something up, like a picture on the wall, or maybe they were doing something with the hammer, and maybe they got into it. They got in a little scuffle, maybe a domestic violence type of thing, you know. Because think about it, the guy's in his underwear. They were fighting over a hammer. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. You know, maybe that was his lover. It might have been. I mean, look at Nancy Pelosi. She ain't a looker. She was gone, and maybe he had his boyfriend over, and they got into a spat at 2 o'clock in the morning. Okay, that makes perfect sense. You know, and the thing about it is too, another thing that doesn't make no sense. The cops said that they seen both of them with the hammer, like they both had the hammer. Maybe they were fighting over the hammer. Well, the cop told them to both drop the hammer. Well, on the report from the law enforcement, they said that the guy that broke in the house had the hammer and hit him in the head with them right there, with the police right there. Now, if a cop tells two guys that's fighting over a hammer to drop the hammer, and the one guy snatches the hammer from the other guy and hits the other guy in the head, why didn't the cop bust that and shoot that guy? Because he could have killed him if he hit him in the head with a hammer. And this guy, you're talking Paul Pelosi, this guy's like 82 years old. The guy that was in the house, that they said broke in the house and attacked him, was like 42, like my age. Now, an 82-year-old man struggling with a guy that's 42. Does that make any sense? Really? You get an 82-year-old man, and I got to struggle with an 82-year-old man, and I'm 42, y'all. It ain't going to be much of a challenge. And this guy, the guy that broke in, I seen pictures of him. He wasn't no small guy. He was a big dude. He was a big dude like me. So things don't add up with that story. I think maybe there's more to that story. I know that a lot of times the Democrats try to make Trump supporters or anybody, they said that he was they made sure they said things about the guy that broke in. They said that he was a conspiracy theorist, and that he was now, when he was in the house, he was saying, "Where's Nancy? Where's Nancy?" Okay. And another thing too, at 2 o'clock in the morning, Paul Pelosi, 2 o'clock and something in the morning, I'm pretty sure that old man was in bed. Now, you're telling me he was in bed. He was probably upstairs, because that's like a 3-story house that they were in. Real nice house, 3-story. You're telling me they had no alarm system. They had no kind of guards. They had no kind of cameras or anything that went off when that guy broke the windows or the glass door. So the only thing, did the guy that broke in, did he bring the hammer, or did Paul grab a hammer on his way down to see what was going on? I don't know. Just because a window's broken doesn't mean the guy used a hammer to bust a window. You can bust a window with a fist. You can bust a window with a rock. You can bust a window with anything. Even his body. He could have ran through the window. Who knows? It's just this guy was in his underwear. He broke in this house at 2 o'clock in the morning. They didn't have no alarm system. On a house like that, that kind of money, and your wife is a government official, which is the 3rd highest lady in the land, don't you think that they would have had a damn alarm system? Something. Safe touch alarm system or something? Or some kind of guards or something? That just don't make no sense. The whole thing stinks to high heaven. I think maybe Paul Pelosi has a boyfriend, and maybe they were there late one night, and maybe they got a little tipsy, because we know Paul likes to drink, y'all. You know why I say he likes to drink? Because remember, not too long ago, he got in trouble for DUI, where he got in a wreck and wrecked into the Spanish guy. So think about it. Maybe it was 2 o'clock in the morning. His boyfriend was over there while Nancy was gone in D.C. So he knows Nancy was in D.C. They were over there doing whatever they were doing. Maybe they got it. Maybe they're doing some home improvement things, and they had a hammer. And maybe they got into a little quarrel, and they got loud with each other and start fighting over each other or whatever, with a hammer. But it don't make no sense to Paul to call the law like that. That's the only part that don't make no sense. Why would he call law? And it said that when he called the law, he was using like code, telling them to come, like code word, or like stuff, like not telling them straight out, but kind of giving them like hints to come to his house. So I don't know. I think it's another bullshit story that they're trying to paint anybody that, they talking about conspiracy theories, and they talking about Trump supporters, talking about violence against officials and this and that. Here they go, y'all. Lied to again. I just think it's fishy. If y'all got any comments about that, what y'all think about it, put me some comments in here, because I'd like to hear from you about that. Stuff don't seem right with that story. I'm pretty sure y'all guys probably feel the way I do. There's probably a lot more to that story, and they just added stuff just to make the guy go in the house look bad. Next, they're going to say they found out he was a Trump supporter and everything else. That's pretty much what they said. Pretty much that's what they said. They said it was conspiracy theory. They said that he believed in something, you know, the voting thing. Remember the voting thing? I can't say it on here. They'll give me a strike for it, but you know what I'm talking about. That happened. They say he believed in that, and so pretty much they're saying he's a Trump supporter is what they're saying, you know. But it's kind of funny that they said that, you know, that he went in there screaming, "Where's Nancy? Where's Nancy?" Just like the guy that went in January 6th when they went into the chamber, and the people that went into the chamber were saying, "Where's Nancy?" and was looking for her. So it's kind of weird they use the same thing. I think it's like it's either a ploy or something. They're trying to do something. They're always trying to make some kind of BS, you know. But just giving you an update on the house. We're about 3 or 4 inches of water in the downstairs area. The insurance lady came out. She looked at it. She measured. She took photos. We've been boxing stuff up, taking stuff to storage. We're probably going to be looking for, you know, somewhere like a camper or something, because we don't know how high this water is going to go. We're not sure. Today it don't look like it went up a whole bunch, but it does look like it moved a little bit. So y'all guys still pray for us out there. All we can do is just hope the insurance, you know, does the right thing and just you know, does us right, you know. I had to move some stuff. A buddy of mine, a good friend that I really trust, I took my four-wheeler over to his house, and then after that, I found out the insurance company wasn't going to do nothing for my lawnmower, my zero-turn lawnmower. They said, well, the only way they'll cover my zero-turn lawnmower if it gets messed up is they'll have to have a mechanic look at it and deem that it was a loss, that it wouldn't work. But y'all know it just as well as I do. You get a lawnmower that's in 4 inches of water inside like a garage with all that mold and all that moisture and all them wires and electrical stuff that's on that lawnmower. It's gonna hurt it. But so once they told me they pretty much wasn't gonna replace my lawnmower or deem that it, you know, that moisture wouldn't hurt it or whatever. It's a brand new lawnmower. It's only got like, I'd say like 12 hours on it. Once they told me that, I took it over to the same place my four-wheeler's at, and it's going to be safe where it's going over there. But it sucks, you know. You look at your yard every day and you see flooded, and you got to put boots on to go to your car. You got to put boots on to come to the house, you know. It's a mess. It's just a mess going through that, you know. Having to do laundry at the laundromat, you know, and you know, Stacy had to get a pod so she could put her stuff in there, because we don't know what this mold is going to do. It's already molding pretty bad. Maybe later on when I get some time, I'll do a video and show y'all how bad the mold and the moisture is and the water is in the house and the downstairs. Now, it hasn't affected the upstairs yet, but it doesn't mean it's not going to, because as y'all know, water, you know, sheetrock and drywall and all that, and wood, it soaks up water. The longer that water's in there, which we can't do nothing about the water, it's the lake. It'll soak it up and eventually start growing, you know, it's already growing mold, but eventually it'll get real bad and it could affect the upstairs. So today we turned off, me and a buddy of mine, we went in my man cave where the breakers are, and we turned off all the breakers to the downstairs power. The only one we did not turn off was the one to the hot water heater, which the hot water heater, the power feeds in from the top of it. and it's a sealed tank. So we left that one on, but we accidentally shut off the wrong breaker. Stacy went in there. She's like, "Do you know the oven's off?" And I was like, "Oh shit!" So I'm gonna have to go back down there and turn the oven thing on. The thing, you know what, really, and maybe y'all can give me some comments on this. Y'all ever went to your breaker panel and look at how it's labeled and how somebody wrote cursive to tell you what it is on the breaker panel? Why would you write cursive on the damn breaker panel in pencil? That's all faded the hell out. You can't read it. And some people can't even write cursive good. And then it looks like a hot mess. I mean, I couldn't tell what I was turning off. I mean, I had to kind of read it. And I was like, does that say downstairs or upstairs? What the hell does that say? I'm sitting there trying to read it. And my buddy, he's sitting there doing the same thing. He's like, Philip, I don't know. I think this says downstairs. You know, I think this is this. I was like, I don't know. But people, relabel them damn things. Relabel your breakers. Make sure they're wrote in decent letters that you can read. You know, by the breaker, or get you a piece of paper, write the numbers on there, and write exactly what it is, and have it laminated and put it in the door of your breaker panel. That way you can actually read this crap, because the one that's in here, it's written on something real old that the paper is like it looks like an old document, you know, like an old paper. It looks like a newspaper from like the 50s. It's yellow looking. And it's written in pencil and cursive, which is hard to read anyway, because I can read cursive, but some people don't know how to write cursive, and they write it so tiny that I couldn't even hardly read. I got good eyes, but I couldn't read it. And I had to just kind of guess I was doing the right thing. But yeah, we got it bad, y'all. I mean, it's just, I heard Governor DeSantis is trying to pass something, a bill or some kind of thing to where they're going to help people in Florida when it comes to the deductibles to pay to the insurance companies, that he's going to get them to waive the deductibles that people have to pay. Now, I don't know if you have to, you know, if you have to meet some criteria, like you can't, you know, if somebody don't make enough money or something, I don't know. But hopefully we can get a little bit of help from somewhere. I mean, we're not rich people. But it's just a shame to look at your yard and see how jacked up it is. And the bad thing about it is I don't know if y'all have seen on my videos, but like my boat trailer, my utility trailer, and my John boat trailer with the John boat on there, I moved them up further up the property. And where I moved them at, it was dry as can be. And I was like, there ain't no water gonna come up here. Well, guess what? I went out there to get that trailer today because I had to put the lawnmower on it. Well, yesterday, I moved the four-wheeler to a buddy's house. Today, I moved the lawnmower. And don't you know that ground is so soft that my Chevy 1500, it ain't nothing special, it ain't nothing heavy. That truck really ain't that heavy, y'all. And I didn't spin it up or nothing like that in my yard. I didn't gouge the gas, you know. But it left rut. I mean, there was bad ruts in the yard. I was like, and it's squishy, like the ground squishy, all the way up there past my shed. And I'm like, where in the hell, I mean, how is this happening? You know? And my neighbors, I feel sorry for them, because my neighbor lives beside me, right beside me on the east side of me. Oh man, I didn't know how bad he had it until I went down the side street, because I always see only one side of the house all the time when I come home. I went on the other side and I said, holy moly. I was like, I know why he put that dirt around his house. When I went on the other side, man, he is close. He's real close to getting his house flooded. He's a one-story house. Old man named Joe. Real good guy. But, man, we're just trying to make it. You know, I tell you this, y'all. November 2nd. Hey, we're right up on it. Y'all go out there and do your voting. Talk to people, talk to your friends and stuff. If you talk to somebody and they say, oh man, I don't vote, it's a waste of time, this and that, talk them into it. You know, say, hey man, go out there and vote. We need your vote right now. The America needs to vote. And we need to vote right. We need to get garbage out of there. We need to get rhinos out of there. This is the future of our country. If we don't, if the voting don't fix it, we're done. You can stick a fork in us, we're done. We're done. If people don't vote right, we're done. Because y'all seen how this country has went down the pooper. And we need to get some of these people that are rhinos, that don't care about this country, that's in office trying to push all this crap and trying to destroy our country. We need to get them out of there. And old creepy Joe Biden. Old creepy Joe Biden, y'all. You know, his geriatric ass. You know, just come on. We got to vote right. You know, this country, if we don't get this right, I don't know what we're going to do. I have an idea what's going to happen, and I hope that we don't have to, but you never know. But it's just a shame that people are stupid, you know, and they vote for just anything, and they'll vote for a clown. But we're just sitting out here tonight, chilling out here on the deck. It's dark as can be. I don't know if y'all can see anything, but see the flooded part down there? That's the front of my house. And that water down there is real deep. It's over my ankles. Going into the house. Right there, see that wall right there? Y'all? There's a wall right there. But that's the front of my house, and it's flooded out. But it's a pretty night though. See the moon out and stuff? It's real pretty. There's Stacy, y'all.
Hi.
We're just chilling out a little bit. I gotta work. I'm gonna be real busy. I gotta work a lot of hours this week, so it's gonna be really hard for me to make y'all a good video and talk about some more things. I got a lot of things on my mind, but I got a lot of work to do too, y'all. You know, there's a lot of people out there that needs prayers. You know, we need to say prayers for people. You know, that's a big thing. You know, and even me, I mean, the amount of stuff that we got that we're going to lose, and we're going to have that's just ruined is a lot. We got what we could out, but I don't know about these insurance companies, man. You know, these insurance companies are real quick to make sure you pay bills and you pay your bill on time and all that. But the thing about them are, when it's time for them to pay up because something happens, buddy, the insurance company's not on your side. They try to wiggle out of stuff, and they try to say, oh, well, you know, this doesn't cover that, or hey, we don't cover this. You know, like I asked the insurance lady, she's talking about, well, the water will go down. The biggest question I had for the insurance lady, and Stacy didn't want to ask, but I did, is I asked the lady, I said, so what's the cutoff period for this house? And when I say that, I'm talking about, okay, my house is flooded. Now water is still rising, but it's, you know, it's not done. It's still rising, and it's way past my house. It's way up in my yard. I said, what's the cutoff limit for it? Is it got to be, you know, if the water doesn't go down, what if this is the new lake front? What if this is the new level of the lake? Or what if it goes down a little bit, but it's still in my house? It never goes out. Because the lake I live on has no creeks, has no drains, has no pipes or anything that drains off this lake. It's like a big swimming pool or a bowl. You fill it up and it's there. The only way you're getting rid of it is from seeping in the ground a little bit, or from the sun evaporating it. So I asked the lady, I was like, well, how long do we go before y'all basically say, look, it's a wash, the house is ruined, we got to just pay for that, we'll just have to, you know, do away with the house, or pay for the house and be done with it. So I asked her, I said, is that 6 months? Is that a year? Is that 5 years, 10 years? I mean, I just want to know what the length is. If my house is going to be flooded for a year, I mean, how long do I have to wait to figure out that y'all say that you're going to pay my house off or whatever, so I can move on with my life, instead of coming home having to wear water boots every day to go in the house? So I just asked a legit question. You know what the lady tell me? This is what she tell me. She says, well, sir, that's above my pay grade. I can't answer that. And I'm like, and she's like, we don't know. We think that, you know, the lake will go down, sir. And I was like, well, yeah, the lake will probably go down, but is that going to be 5 years from now, 3 years from now? I know she can't answer that question, y'all. I'm not trying to get her to answer something that she has no control over. I'm just saying, how long does my house have to be flooded, and do I have to wait for them to say, look, the house has been flooded for a year or two, and it's a wash. We have to just pay the house off. I'm just asking a legit question. She couldn't answer it. Another thing is she tells me this. I was telling about the mold and stuff in there, in the house. Now my mom and Stacy was listening to me on the phone because I had it on speakerphone. This lady tells me that I can go down there and start ripping the sheetrock and the walls down to slow the mold down, to get rid of some of the mold. Lady, I'm in 4 inches of damn water in my house. I am not going to go in there and start ripping walls down. And mold can grow on everything. Even if I went in there and ripped every wall of my house out, I still got concrete walls. I'm still going to have support beams and studs that are wood. I'm not going to be able to get rid of everything in the house unless the house, if I hit the wrong beam or hit something and the house falls down on top of me. But she was telling me I could go down there and start ripping stuff out of the house to mitigate the mold. I was like, lady, I'm not Bob Vila. I said, I ain't getting down there doing that, especially when you got power to the house. You gonna have me wait around in that bottom floor on rubber boots with some power in this house? You crazy as hell. I just thought that was stupid. You know, and the thing about it is we got 2 different insurances, y'all. We got flood insurance and then we got house insurance. Okay? Our flood insurance doesn't pay for us to be put up into an apartment or into a rental or anything like that. We don't have that coverage. Matter of fact, Stacy said that when we got the flood insurance, they didn't even give us that option to even get that. So we don't have it. We have, I think it said that we had $250,000 for dwelling, and we had $30,000 for mitigation.
No, it's not. That's for the other thing.
Or for the other, what was that?
That's for I forgot what it's called, and I can't look it up now because my phone.
She can't look it up now. I can't remember. We'll get it. We'll find out. But and they also said we had like 50 grand for personal stuff, personal property. You know, but you know how hard it is to go around and look at your stuff and be like, oh, this is that, and we have to look it up. So you have to look up, you know, that item. Let's see what it sells for. That's kind of a pain in the tail, y'all. I mean, we have to do it though. It's part of what we got to do. But it's like, man, it's a headache. It's like hitting your head on a wall. And then you go to work every day. You come home, your house is just, it's a freaking mess. You know, it's just a hot mess, and it stressed everybody out. Look at Stacy. She even looks stressed out. Look at her.
I didn't snap on anybody yet.
She's hiding.
Though.
Look, you can't hardly
Not
see her
yet.
because of the light, y'all. But hey, she's stressed out a little bit.
See me now.
You can see her now. Look, she's trying to hide. But anyways.
Do I look stressed?
Yeah, you look stressed.
I'm getting more wrinkles. You know, I have a few more gray hairs too. I'm just saying.
Well, that's probably because of the house and what's going on. So I told, because I'm fixing to go on 12-hour shifts. I told Stacy, I said, you know, the pod's here, and where they parked the pod at, we didn't want it there. It's right in the driveway. If it was daylight, you'd be able to see it down the driveway. So Stacy marked it. She marked it out in the yard, way up in the yard where the driest part of the yard that we could find, pretty far up. We marked it, and the guys came out with a big truck to offload it. And evidently they tried to go out there, but it's too mushy for them. They had to just put it where they could put it, so they put it in the driveway. And I told Stacy, I said, since I'm going on shift work, I'm not going to be able to really help you move stuff because I'm going to be working 12 hours a day for 7 days, which I'm going to be making good money, don't get me wrong. But I told her, I said, just every day, take you a couple boxes, put them in the pod. You know, you put them in the pod every couple days. You put, you know, every day you put a couple more boxes in there. I said, and then when I'm off, then we can move some furniture or whatever. But man, you know, this flooding stuff is not fun. This is the first time I ever dealt with flooding stuff. I'm telling you, if you ain't ever been through a flood, you never want to go through it. It is not a fun thing to go through flooding stuff. And it's almost like, you know, it's almost like you're watching it. It's It's like watching grass grow. It's real slow. I mean, not all flooding's like that. Not all flooding. Like there's people down in Naples and Fort Myers where it came in real fast, but here it was like a slow death. It was like you seeing it come up every day, seeing it come up every day, seeing it come up every day, and you're like, oh shit, it's here. And then it comes up slow and slow and slow, and then finally you got 4 inches of water in your house. You know, it's unbelievable. But y'all give me some comments, share me out. I didn't get to watch Donald Wiseman today, man. I missed him. We were busy. I was moving stuff. We had to do laundry. I had to get everything ready for tomorrow for work. And it's like, oh man, I missed my buddy. So if you would, go watch his video, Donald Wiseman. Watch Waterbug68. He's a good friend of mine. Makes some good, has good lives and stuff and chats. Watch Mark Hatfield. Listen to what Mark Hatfield's got to say. He's very wise. He knows what he's talking about, and he tells the truth. Pastor Steve Warren, we love you, brother. We know you're out there doing God's work. Go check him out on Facebook on Faith Chapel Ministries. Share his stuff out. You know, like his stuff. You know, comment to these guys. Comment to me. You know, give me some thumbs up. Give me some shares and stuff like that. You know, I'm just kind of telling you a little bit of what I've seen. I did watch a little bit. I don't normally watch NFL football, but I did watch a little bit tonight to get my mind off stuff. But I don't really support that, because if you kneel for my flag, I don't want to support your ass. But tonight, there was stupid movies on. I didn't want to watch no stupid movies. Walking Dead, I can give 2 shits about Walking Dead. So I turned on the football game for a little while just to get my mind off stuff. But I love you guys out there. I appreciate y'all watching my videos. I appreciate y'all sharing me out. That means a lot to me. Continue to keep praying for us. We'll keep giving you updates on how our life's going down here in Florida with a flooded ass house. We're part of the lake, y'all. You know, you know what song keeps running through my mind? Oceanfront Property in Arizona with George Strait. Y'all know that song, that George Strait song, Oceanfront Property in Arizona? That's what I feel like. I feel like my house is like we're on the water for real. You know, Stacy posted something on her Facebook the other day. It showed a picture of our flooded house, and it was singing the Heart Will Go On song, the Titanic song. And I was like, I was laughing about it, but I was like, this is sad, because I feel like that. You know, I feel like the damn Titanic here. You know, if something happens, you gotta think all that water is on that concrete and these bricks, and it's making it soft. This house might sink like the Titanic. It could. Really, it could. But y'all give me some comments and stuff, and share me out, and give me some thumbs up, and we'll make more videos when I get a chance, because I'm working 12 hours a day, y'all. I got to make some money. We still got to move on with life. We can't let this stuff stop us. I still believe in God. I still believe in this country. I still love you guys. I still love the military and love Donald Trump. And everybody vote. Get somebody out. If they ain't got a ride, give them a ride. Go pick people up in your town. Go pick people up that you know that doesn't have a ride, and get their ass out there and vote right, y'all. Don't vote stupid. Don't vote stupid. You know what, they just did a bust the other day in my county I live in. They found 10 pounds of fentanyl. They busted a guy that had 10 pounds of fentanyl. That's enough fentanyl to kill 2.7 million people. And they just found it in the county I live in, and busted 2 guys. That's coming through the border. So our country is getting overrun with drugs and illegals, and people are doing stupid things. We got to get these idiot Democrats out of here. If you're a Democrat, you're an idiot. And if you're a Democrat and you're an old school Democrat that doesn't believe in what these new school Democrats are wanting to do, and say, hey, something ain't right, then you know what you need to do? You need to vote right. The Democrats of yesterday compared to the Democrats today are 2 different animals. So hey, we're all American. Let's make the changes that this country needs so we can be successful in our legacy, and our children will have a good future. Don't destroy this country. When you vote, you're destroying this country if you vote wrong, because you're getting idiots in here making all these stupid changes. You know, giving all this money to other countries, but won't help us. You know, we give trillions of dollars to damn Ukraine over there. They're not going to pay us back. FEMA won't give us no money. But our government will give trillions of dollars to Ukraine for free. There ain't no promissory note or they got to pay it back. You know? I mean, come on. We got to get people in the office that make sense. You know? In Georgia, vote for Herschel Walker. You know, I know you people might think, well, he's not an educated guy. He's just a simple guy. It doesn't matter. It doesn't take a smart guy to do anything. Just a guy with common sense that believes in God and does the right things. That's what we need. So anyways, I'm going to let y'all go. I love you guys out there. Remember, concealed weapon holders, carry that gun. Always, always tell the person you love them, because it might be the last time. Hug their neck. Have fun with life. Live your life the best you can. And don't listen to all this crap that they're pushing out there on TV and all this social media stuff. It's garbage. Don't even watch it. Alright, until next time, me and Stacy.
Bye.
We love you guys, and we'll catch you later, alright? See ya.